Hey everybody, Castrick Bowcraft here. I've been filming, or I had filmed a couple of slow motion videos lately, and I really like the way they came out. You could really see the arrow flight. Just something about an arrow flying through the air just really is intriguing to me. It's really interesting me to watch. So what I've done is I'm going to take a bunch of these arrows that I made, and I'm going to be shooting them out of a couple of different bows, and just to watch how they go and how they fly, and hopefully you'll be able to enjoy this with me as well. First off, the arrow I'm going to shoot here, this is a ocean spray shaft that I made. It's a primitive style shaft. It's got a trade point, metal trade point, turkey feathers with self nocks on it. This arrow here spines about 90 pounds. Even though it's a relatively thin diameter arrow, it's probably less than 3/8 of an inch thick, and probably closer to 11/32. So, and that arrow, I've got it all written down here. That arrow weighs, I weighed it, 667 grains. Okay, here's another arrow that I made. This is a Douglas fir shaft with 4 fletchings on here, 125 grain points. This 11/32 shaft. This particular arrow spined out to 65 pounds, 27 inches long, and this is a 11/32 inch shaft. This shaft here is poplar. None of these are the same, by the way. These are all different types of woods. This is a poplar shaft. I got 4 fletched flu-flus on here, 125 grain field point with one of those adapters that allow you to use a screw-in point. This shaft here spined out to 60 pounds, and it weighs 663 grains. And it's an 11/32 shaft. This is a cedar arrow. It's a 3/8 inch shaft, and this shaft here is spined out just under 60 pounds, and it weighs 489 grains, and it's just got regular 3-fletch goose feather fletchings on it. This is a river cane shaft, wild turkey feathers. I got one of those Luminox on the end. I'm going to probably replace that with a regular insert, knock insert. This also as well has one of those screw-on adapters with a 125 grain screw-in field point. This arrow here is spined out to 60 pounds, and it's probably about a 11/32 diameter shaft. This arrow here is a carbon arrow, just a regular carbon arrow, and it's a 400 spined shaft. And this one here is a red blue that a friend of mine made me, and this is a 9/32 inch shaft with a self footing on there. It's pretty cool. Anyway, this is about a 55 to 60 pound spine on here too. Okay, so we're going to be shooting these arrows, and I will show you the bows that we're going to be shooting out next. I really don't want these videos to be very long, so they'll probably be like a 4-part video series on this. But anyway, for those arrows there, we're going to be shooting out of one of the bows. Is just my regular personal bow, Black Cloud, just a regular hickory long bow. Even though it's a off-the-hand shooter, which is how I prefer to shoot, it is dished out here at the arrow pass to where it's a near center shot, probably about I don't know, 1/4 of an inch off of center. So it's pretty accurate bow because it's a near center shot. This is a 60-pound bow, and we'll be shooting out of this for one of the bows. This other bow here is another bow. You may have seen a video or some pictures of this one. This is a self bow that I made. It's a sinew-backed bow with rawhide, And this one is not a center shot bow, even though it still is shut off the hand. I think from the center it's probably just probably a little bit more than a ½ inch off center. So the arrow needs to completely pass the riser here, or the handle area here, in order to be shot. So there's no arrow rest or arrow shelf of any kind on this particular bow. This next bow here that we're going to be testing or shooting those arrows out of is my Samick bow. This bow was actually given to me by my friend Jeff, the same guy who made that red blue arrow shaft, arrow for me. And even though it's a production bow, I still had to put my Cashduck designs on here. And we'll be shooting out of this bow too. This bow here draws 50 pounds at my draw length. It's actually got 60-pound limbs on there, but my draw length is less than 28 inches, so by the time I pull that bow back, it's only getting about 50 pounds. This self bow here is about 45 pounds at my draw length, and like I said before, this one's a 60-pound bow. So you've got 3 different poundage bows with 6 or 7 different type of arrows, all with varying spine weights and weights. So we're going to shoot these and just see how they fly.